Welcome to your practice today. Go ahead and find your way into a comfortable seat. Rest your hands at your knees, close the eyes, and just get comfortable for a moment here. First, soften your facial muscles, your facial expressions, relaxing the muscles of the face, relaxing the muscles of the forehead and around the eyes, between the eyes. Relax the muscles around your jaw and unclench your teeth. Allow the tip of the tongue to rest behind the two front teeth and relax the tongue all the way down the throat. And then allow your shoulders to relax. And then maybe sit slightly taller, relaxing as you do so. And take your attention to your breath. Just study your breath right now. Study the rise and fall of your chest with each round of breath in and out. Maybe slowly beginning to make each breath slightly deeper, slightly longer. Just dragging out the breath a little bit further. And then maybe finding a little more of a complete exhale. And just continuing to watch, observing the sensations of filling up with breath and then emptying of breath. Creating your own natural rhythm. Remind yourself there's no way to do this wrong. Let go of expectation and just find that steady inhale and exhale, acquainting yourself with the feeling of breathing, the feeling of maybe the collarbones rising, broadening on an inhale, and maybe the belly drawing back towards the spine as you exhale. Everything that comes to us comes to pass, or more accurately, for us to pass on. Not just the money in our pocket, but wisdom, objects, ideas, even opportunities, all come to us so that at the right moment we can pass them on. This is called flow. Being in the flow means being aware that the river of life is flowing to us at every moment. Being in the flow means accepting whatever comes and putting it to good use before we pass it on. And going with the flow means allowing whatever comes to us to move on freely, without holding or clenching or resisting. If we do not pass on, we are blocking the flow. And that's when we feel pressure. Pressure is always self-inflicted. Every time you feel under pressure, look at what you need to release and to pass on to someone else. And once you do this, you can relax and go into the flow again. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And take a moment to agree to yourself that for this practice and for the moments that follow your practice, for however long it lasts, that you step into that flow state. Ask yourself in each moment what wisdom, objects, ideas, opportunities, things that come to you can flow through you and be part of this flow. How can you be more aware of this river of life that is flowing to us and through us at every moment? How can we put it to good use? Now slowly returning your hands back down to your knees. Keeping the eyes shut, we're just going to take some neck rolls here. So bring your ear down to one shoulder and then very slowly loop the head forward and around to the opposite shoulder. And then loop the head forward and around again, switching sides. So you can stay with half circles like we're doing now, or if your neck feels ready for full circles, at some point you might drop your head all the way back. And just let your awareness move around the whole circumference of the neck, the cervical spine, and maybe you feel sensation spreading down into the shoulders, the back of the neck, the upper back, even the throat. As you do this movement, turn on your Ujjayi breath now. So you'll be breathing through your nose with a little bit of sound. You can constrict your throat slightly to make that sound audible. It narrows the throat, so it's more like breathing through a straw here. And as it slows down the breath, you'll get more air and oxygen into your body. You'll breathe slower, which will also start to initiate a relaxation response in your nervous system. See if you can be aware of this transition starting to happen. Welcome this flow state of your breath and of your body and of your movement. Allow any thoughts that come into your attention or into your mind to flow past. And just come back to the breath and the feeling tone of right now. And then slowly bringing your head back to neutral. Drop your right hand down to the floor on the right side of your body for a side bend. The left arm goes up and over. Keeping your left hip rooted, spread across your left side waist. And then come back up and switch sides. The left hand can drop down outside the left hip. The right arm reaches up and over. Bring yourself up to sit and transition forward to your hands and your knees for table pose. And in your tabletop pose, you can move through a few cat-cows, circle the hips. If your wrists need a little extra attention, turn your fingertips towards your kneecaps, palms down, and take some cat-cows like that. Wind around the spine a little bit, kind of just do your thing as you welcome some movement into your body that maybe isn't familiar, isn't part of your typical day-to-day. Get some energy and some awareness and some breath into every part of your body here. And then as you're ready to, just tuck your toes under and move back into a downward facing dog. Take your thighs up and back, your heels down. Spread the fingers a little bit wider and roll into the inner hand, thumb and index finger knuckles. And just push your chest back towards your toes. Sometimes it's nice to even sort of pulse the chest back, opening up through the armpits, the collarbones. And then take your right leg up towards the ceiling, roll out the ankle, point flex the toes, see if you can get any pops and clicks out of that right side. And then step forward between your thumbs. As your right foot lands between your thumbs, shift your weight into your right foot and lift your left leg off the mat. So you're coming right into a little balance on your right foot. The left leg is back behind you. Your fingertips are on the floor for support. And on your exhale, curl your left knee towards your nose. And on your inhale, re-extend your left leg back. And exhale, curl your left knee towards your nose, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. And then inhale, send your left leg back. And last one, curl the knee towards the nose. And send your left leg back, inhaling. Good. Now bring your left knee to touch the back of your right knee, setting the foot down to the floor so that the legs are crossed here. Your feet can be touching or hip width distance if you wish, but the pinky toe sides of your feet are closest. Now inhale, come up halfway and just lengthen your spine. And exhale into a fold, getting a nice stretch into the outer hips and IT bands. Relax your head, relax your jaw, smooth out your breath. Again, kind of just breathing in some energy, some light, some prana into the dark corners of our bodies. Keep your legs as they are and come up halfway. Pause. Hands come to the hips, rise all the way up to stand, reaching your arms overhead. With an exhale, take your right arm under your left arm for eagle wrap. And then start to bend your knees and slide your right leg over your left leg, coming into a full eagle pose early on. Sitting your hips down low, squeeze your elbows and your knees together. Take a big breath in. And out. Tone the belly towards the spine. We're going to transition into a crescent lunge, taking your right leg off your left leg and circling it back behind you. Land on your toes as you stretch your arms up overhead. And just take a moment to adjust your stance. The left knee is over the ankle, the right heel is over the toes, the arms are stretching up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here, and then open up for warrior two, gazing over your left fingertips. Reverse your warrior, flip your left palm up, and stretch back, opening up your left side body. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor and pause. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot and take a side plank, right palm down, left arm to the sky. Or if you're needing to modify, it is early, you can put your right knee onto the floor with your left leg extended, stretching your left arm up towards the ceiling in a modified side plank. Breathe in, pushing the floor away with your palm, and breathe out. Then lowering the hands down into plank pose. Drop your knees to the mat. Lower your chest and your chin towards the floor. And then roll through for cobra, or if you're ready for a bigger back bend, take an upward facing dog, straightening the arms, squeeze the legs strong and reach through your toes. On your exhale, transitioning back into downward dog. In your down dog, breathe in. And breathe out. Take your left leg lifted up, inhale. And step your left foot forward between your thumbs. When you get there, lean into your left foot and lift your right leg off the mat. Exhale, pull your right knee towards your nose, curl in and round. Re-extend your right leg back. And again, knee to nose, tuck your chin to your chest, engage through your core. Inhale, send your right leg back. And last one, knee to nose. Now send your right leg back, take an inhale, and on this exhale, cross your right leg behind your left so that your right kneecap touches the back of your left knee. Pinky toe sides of your feet are close, if not touching. Balance evenly on both feet and come up halfway, rooting through the inner foot of each foot, and then folding in, dropping your head down, relaxing your neck. Take another breath here into the outer hips, down the IT band. Relax tension from anywhere you feel it creeping in your body. And then come up halfway. And pause as you come up halfway. Place your hands to your hips. Elbows towards the ceiling, press down to rise. Come all the way to stand and reach your arms overhead. Inhale. And on this exhale, bring your left elbow underneath your right elbow. So you're going for eagle wrap, left arm under right. And then start to bend your knees and just slide your left thigh up over your right thigh, maybe getting that ankle wrapping behind the right calf and lining up your joints, elbows, wrists, knees, and ankles in one line. Sit down just a little bit deeper. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly stepping back into your crescent. So take that left leg, lift it off your right, and step back, landing on your toes. Reach the arms overhead into crescent lunge, stretching up, lifting through your side waist. Check. Right knee over ankle, left heel over toes. And then warrior two, opening up. Gazing over your right fingertips this time. Get broad across your heart space. Pressurize both of your feet firmly down into the floor. And then flip your right palm and take a reverse warrior. Inhale. On your exhale, cartwheel down to plank pose and pause. We're moving into side plank on our left palm. So you can step your right foot back to stack on your left foot, or modify by letting your left knee come down to the floor and just pressing into a straight right leg. As the right arm goes up to the sky, gaze up at those fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then lower through plank pose, drop your knees. Lower your chest and your chin to the floor, and then slide through cobra or up dog, inhaling. And as you're ready, take it back, down dog. As you arrive back in your down dog, close your eyes and just follow your breath for a moment. I am rooted, but I flow. I am grounded, but I bend. I am deep, but my worries are shallow. My dreams and hopes are limitless, but I am content where I stand. What I own is meaningless. How little I truly need allows me the freedom and lightness to fly. My goal is never to arrive, because it is the journey where I explore all my passions. Breathe in and breathe out. Look forward, bend your knees, and step, jump, flow forward to the top of your mat. And when you get there, come up halfway. On an exhale, forward fold. And then come all the way to stand. Look up, maybe watch your palms seal together and bring that high prayer down to your heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale the arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or jump back, plank. Drop your knees if you wish, or lower in one line. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Bend the knees and gaze forward. And when you're ready, step, flow to the top of your mat, pulling your chest forward with a giant inhale breath. And dive forward, exhale. With an inhale, reach the arms overhead, look up and watch your palms touch. And exhale the hands to the heart, breathing out. We'll move through 2 more rounds, flowing your movements together as much as you can, like there's no beginning or end to each shape or breath. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Lengthening the spine, inhaling. And on your exhale, step or jump back into plank and lower effortlessly down in your style. Taking a back bend, cobra or up dog, breathing in. And then flowing back into down dog, exhaling. Breathe in here. Long breath out. Gaze forward and bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. When you arrive, pull your heart forward, inhale, and then fold, exhale. Sweep the arms overhead, big breath in. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Lengthening the spine, inhaling. And on your exhale, step or jump back into plank and lower effortlessly down in your style. Taking a back bend, cobra or up dog, breathing in. And then flowing back into down dog, exhaling. Breathe in here. Long breath out. Gaze forward and bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. When you arrive, pull your heart forward, inhale, and then fold, exhale. Sweep the arms overhead, big breath in. Hands to the heart, exhale. Bring your feet together and sit low into chair pose. Touch the floor briefly with your fingertips as you bend your knees and try to stay that low, then reaching your arms up overhead, Utkatasana. Squeeze a little bit through the belly and feel your tailbone lengthening, stretching out through your fingertips. Inhale here, and then forward fold, straightening the legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Chair pose, breathe in. Sit a little deeper, breathe out. Stay where you are, squeeze your thighs, breathe in. Forward fold, straighten the legs, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold into the legs, breathe out. Sit for chair pose, breathe in. Stay, sit deeper, breathe out. Stay and fill up, inhale. And fold, exhale. Come up halfway, breathe in. And fold, exhale. Final round, chair pose, breathe in. Stay here, squeeze your thighs, sit deeper. Lengthen up through your side waist, breathe in. And fold, exhale. Come up halfway, lengthen the spine, and on your exhale, step your right foot back. As you step that right foot back, check that your front knee is aligned over your ankle and your back heel is over your toes. Then climb up your left thigh with your palms and reach your arms up into crescent lunge. Arms overhead, stretching up, reaching through every fingertip, maybe even a little bit more through the ring fingertip and the pinky fingertips. Take an inhale here, zip up through the belly. And then exhale the hands down, straighten the front leg into pyramid pose. A nice deep stretch for the backs of the legs and hips. Hug the inner thighs towards a midline, come up halfway and lengthen. And then again, exhale and fold. Then inhale, come up halfway, and shifting your weight into your left foot, carry your right leg off the mat and hover it. Exhale the knee to the nose, curl in and round. Inhale, sending the right leg back, chest forward. Exhale, knee to the nose, curl in and round. Inhale, come up halfway, sending your right leg back. And exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Stay in this knee to nose like shape. Grab a hold of your right big toe with your right pointer and middle fingers. And then can you come up halfway in your spine, look forward, and start to straighten your right leg out to the right. So you're going to be balancing here on your left foot, left fingertips, holding the right leg and trying to lift that right leg up, parallel to the floor as your heart beams forward. Take another inhale. And exhale. Rebend that right knee. Set the right knee behind the left knee. So going into the crisscross leg position in a forward fold, pinky toe sides of your feet close. Fold your forehead towards your knee. Inhale and come up halfway, placing your hands to your hips and then rising. Reaching the arms overhead. And then wrapping your left arm underneath your right arm. Eagle wrap the arms and then eagle wrap the legs. Bend the knees and let that left leg lift over the right leg. Maybe even wrapping the ankle behind the calf. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, bring your elbows and your knees to touch. Coming into crouching eagle pose. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Then lifting up for a warrior three with eagle arms. Take your left leg back behind you. Bring your body down and your leg up. Square your chest and your hips. Breathe in. And release. The hands down to the floor, the left leg up to the sky, standing splits. And you're welcome to stay here in the standing splits, or if you'd like to play around with some hops towards a handstand, plant your palms to the floor, shift forward into your hands, and hop the toes up off the mat. If you'd like to go to a place in your house, maybe that you have a wall you like to kick up onto, feel free to go there. We'll take another 3, 2, and 1. Let your feet meet at the top of your yoga mat. Come up halfway, breathe in, and exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to stand, reach the arms overhead. And as the palms touch there, you can then bring the hands to the heart, thumbs planted at the heart center. We'll move on to the opposite side. Take your arms up overhead with an inhale, and on your exhale breath, dive forward over your legs. Taking a halfway lift, inhale breath, and then stepping your left foot back. Find a lunge pose first. Strengthen through the legs. Bring your hands up to the top of your right thigh. Propping yourself up and reaching your arms overhead into full crescent. As the arms come up overhead, reaching out through your fingertips, take an inhale here. Lunge a little bit deeper, exhale. And drop the hands down and frame your front foot, stretching out the legs and folding into the front thigh. Hug your inner thighs towards midline and stretch through the hamstrings. Then breathing in, come up halfway. Shifting your weight forward into your right foot, bring your left leg off the mat, stretch your heart forward, breathe in. And then exhale, pull your left knee towards your nose, curl and round. Inhale, sending your left leg back, breathe in. Exhale, curl and round, breathe out. Inhale, send your left leg back, breathe in. And exhale, curl the left knee in and pause. Grab your left big toe with index and middle finger on the left hand and begin lifting your left leg out to the left, maybe getting it parallel to the floor as you stretch your heart forward. So you're balancing on your right fingertips, the right foot, and your left leg is kicking out to the left side of the room. You're holding that big toe, breathe in. And as you release, bending the knee and setting it behind your right knee. So you're going into that crisscross leg position, pinky toes close, folding in. Take a breath here, in and out. And then go ahead and come up halfway. Pause with the hands on the hips, elbows towards the ceiling, and come up to stand. Reach your arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, wrap your right arm under your left arm. And then bending into the knees, right leg over the left leg, go into eagle pose. From eagle, sit down a little bit deeper and bring your elbow to touch your knee. Crouching eagle pose, hold and breathe for 3, 2, and on 1, keeping the eagle arms. Release your right leg back into a Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3 position. You're balancing on your left leg with your right leg extended back behind you. Take an inhale here, squeeze your elbows and level off your hips as you reach back through the ball mounds of the right big toe. And as you exhale, unraveling the arms into standing splits. Drop the hands down, bring the forehead towards the knee, and stretch your right leg up as high as you can get it. If it's in your practice, walk your hands forward a little, plant the palms, and play around with some kicks towards a handstand. And if not, maybe you play around with catching the back of the left ankle with the left palm. Maybe the right hand joins it there, and you pull yourself down and into the standing leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Return both of your feet down to the floor at the top of the mat. Come up halfway with an inhale. And as you exhale, step or jump back into plank pose, lowering Chaturanga Dandasana or all the way to the floor. And we'll just move through Cobra or Up Dog from here, meeting back in Downward Dog. Back in your downward facing dogs. Take a nice big breath in and out. And bring your right foot forward between your thumbs. Back heel spins down. We're taking Warrior 1. Arms reach up overhead. Square your hips forward. Lift your chest up. Exhale, release your hands down. Take Pyramid Pose. Drop the forehead towards the knees. Straighten out the legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Walk forward into your fingertips, lifting your left leg up off the floor. Level your hips off. Breathe in. And fold into your standing legs, standing splits. Breathe out. Take a big step back and rise into Warrior 2. Arms come up and around. As your arms come up and around, gazing over your right fingertips, stretch out wide across your chest. Flip the right palm up, reverse warrior, breathe in. And Vinyasa, cartwheel the hands down, step back and flow. Meeting back in that downward dog. Take your left leg, lift it up high, inhale. And step your left foot forward between your thumbs. Spin your back heel down, come up Warrior 1, inhaling. Square the hips, strong legs. Lower the hands down, straightening out the legs for Pyramid Pose, forehead towards the knee. Now lift your gaze and walk your hands forward, lifting the right leg off the mat. Take an inhale and stretch your heart forward. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold into your left leg. Let the right toes go high up towards the sky. Reach through those toes. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, take a big step back and come up for Warrior 2. Arms reaching out wide. Flip the left palm. Reverse your warrior, breathing in. And take a Vinyasa. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back and flow. We'll meet back in Down Dog. Take a couple of breaths here. And then take your right leg up again. Big inhale breath. Step forward, Warrior 1. Reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, go ahead and drop the hands down, straighten the front leg. Walk your hands forward, lift your left leg off the mat. Breathe in. And forehead to knee, exhale, standing splits. And step back, take Warrior 2. Arms reaching out wide. Reverse your warrior, flip your right palm, stretch back. And then move into side angle pose. Set your right elbow onto your thigh or your knee and stretch your left arm long past the crown of your head. Spin your chest up, make your left leg strong, and try to widen your right knee towards the pinky toe side of your right foot. Now look down, reach your right hand forward of the right toes by about 8 to 10 inches and shift into a half moon, lifting your left leg up off the mat, stacking your left shoulder and left hip over the right shoulder and right hip. Take a nice big breath here, balance. And then lower your left hand down to the floor, square off your hips. Take your right hand to your right hip and twist into a revolved half moon. Chest will turn towards the right side of the room. Your left leg stays extended. Maybe you send your right arm to the sky. Breathe some space into your side waist. Inhale. Lower the right hand down. Exhale. Curl the left knee towards the nose. And then take a hold of the left big toe with your index and middle fingers. Take the left leg out to the left, hover it parallel to the floor as you pull your chest forward. And then let the left knee come behind the right knee. Fold into your knees, stretching out through those hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach your arms overhead. And wrap the right arm under the left arm. Squeeze your elbows, lift them up. And then take your right knee over your left knee into eagle pose. Sitting down low. Squeeze your knees and elbows. And then curl your elbows and your knees to touch, crouching eagle pose. And then lifting up, send your right leg back into a warrior 3 with eagle arms. Take a nice big breath here. And unravel your hands down to the floor, exhale. From here, standing splits, both hands holding the ankle or plant those palms and take a couple hops towards handstand. You can flow from here, whether you're holding standing splits or going to your handstands. Back through a vinyasa will meet downward facing dog. Let's try all of that on the other side. Take your left leg up high, breathe in. Stepping forward and coming into warrior 1, stretch the arms overhead. And then lower the hands down, straighten the legs, pyramid pose. Walk your hands forward. Lift your right leg up off the mat into prep for standing splits. And then fold forehead towards the left knee. Take a big step back, come into warrior 2, gazing over your left fingertips, widen across your chest. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle pose, left elbow to the thigh, the right arm stretching past the crown of the head. Take another breath to turn your chest away from the floor, rotate your heart up. Then look down, half moon, left hand forward of the left toes, right leg lifting up off the floor. Flex your right foot, stamp your back foot into an imaginary wall as you stretch wide across your chest. Then lower your right hand down, square off your hips. Bring your left hand to your left hip, twist your torso left, and reach your left arm to the sky. Revolved half moon, breathe in, breathe out. Bring your left hand down, curl your right knee towards your nose. Grab your right big toe. Pull your heart forward as you send your right leg out to the right side of the room. Hover the leg as parallel to the floor as you can get it. Take a big inhale. And then cross your right knee behind your left knee. Fold. Rise all the way to stand. Reach the arms overhead. Left arm under right arm, eagle wrap the arms, then bend the knees, left leg over the right leg. Sink down a little bit deeper, pull your navel to your spine, and then curl in elbow to knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Unraveling the legs, come into warrior three, left leg back. Keep the eagle arms for a moment. Squeeze your elbows, stretch your heart towards your thumbs. Reach back through those toes. Unravel your hands down to the floor, standing splits. Stay here. Maybe place both hands to the back of the standing leg or plant your palms and play around with some hops towards a handstand. As you're ready, flowing back through a vinyasa, we'll meet back in down dog. And back in your downward facing dog. Take your right foot outside your right pinky finger. So you're going for a wider lunge. Drop the back knee down to the floor. And then with your hands on the inside of that right foot, you can turn those right toes out a little bit, maybe stay on your hands or drop to your elbows. Lizard pose, about 5 rounds of breath here. Melting through the hips, relax the jaw. Let tension leave your body and your mind. Is there any more area you can sink into in this deep hip opener? And then slowly pressing up into your palms. Walk your right foot over towards the left side of your mat. So you're placing your right foot behind your left wrist for pigeon pose. Use your left toes behind you to crawl that left leg back. And if it feels good, come forward into a fold over your right shin. About 5 breaths here. Rising back up into your hands and stretching your right leg up and back towards the sky. Shake out the leg a little bit, maybe bend the knee, open up the hip. And then switching. So set your right foot down, step your left foot to the outside of your left pinky finger. Drop the back knee down for lizard pose. Take a moment to make any adjustments that you need, walking the left foot out a little further, turning the toes out a little further. Maybe you stay on your hands, maybe you drop down to your elbows. Relax your jaw and your face and your shoulders and breathe about 5 rounds of breath here. And then slowly begin to press back up into your palms and walk your left foot over to the right until it arrives behind your wrist. Sliding your right leg back in space for half pigeon pose. If it feels good, folding over the left shin. Take about 5 rounds of breath here. Slowly press back up into your palms, and when you're ready, stretch your left leg up and back. Give that leg a little shake, roll out the ankle, open up the hip, and then return that left foot down to the floor. From here, look forward, step or jump through to sit down, and go ahead and move into a boat pose for me. So you'll lean back into your sits bones, float your legs up off the mat, reach your arms forward. You can take a half boat if you'd like to, just give the knees a little bend here, or if you're feeling really strong right here, just have your legs straight out. Lift your chest, pull your shoulder blades down behind your back, take some nice smooth breaths here. Take one more inhale, boat pose. And then come down to low boat. So lower your back to the floor, straighten out your legs. Bring your hands behind your head. And we're going to do 1 minute of bicycles. With your hands behind your head, cross your right elbow to your left knee. Tap. And then cross your left elbow to your right knee. Tap. Right elbow, left knee. Tap. Left elbow, right knee. Tap. Keep going. The timer is going. I'm watching the clock. You don't have to move fast, but don't stop. Keep moving, keep breathing. You've got this. You only have right about now 10 seconds left. So 10, 5, and release. Lie on your back, give yourself a big squeeze. Hug your knees into your chest, rock around side to side a little bit. Now walk your feet in, heels on the floor, knees bent. Preparing for bridge pose. Place your hands to either side of your hips and drive those heels down as you lift your hips up away from the mat. Clasp the hands behind the back. Press the pinky sides of your hands down. Drive the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees in line with your hips over your ankles as you roll your chest towards your chin. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Dropping the hips down to the floor. You can let your knees knock in. Just rest here for a moment, just feeling your breath. Let's move into our second bridge, or if you'd like to take a full wheel here, you can set up for full wheel. So either bridge again or place your hands to either side of your head. With your feet on the floor and knees bent, you'll press to the crown of your head and then push the floor away with the hands, rising all the way up into a deep back bend. So you can be here in bridge or wheel. Smooth out your breath happening through your nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. Slightly audible, inhaling and exhaling. Take 1 more breath. And on this exhale, whether you're coming out of bridge or wheel, take it nice and slow. Come all the way to your back body. Just let your knees knock in, close your eyes, and notice your breath. Just noticing how you're feeling right here. Maybe sensing that you have gone in and out of this flow state, this zone, this state of feeling tuned in, being in your element. open to feelings of just contentment and trust and relaxation. Surrender any worry or control. As you're ready, you can bring your arms out wide like the letter T, and on your own, just let your knees fall left and right a few times, loosening up your low back. Just going back and forth, feeling into your body, feeling into your breath. Ultimately, the reason we forget about this flow state is because we drift so far from being right here, right now, from being present. We get too caught up in our minds. We aren't enjoying what's right in front of us. And enjoying it with a sense of allowing it to come and go. The present is where the flow is and where it can only ever be. Right here, right now. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. We live in a world that perpetually tugs at the mind. It perpetually prompts stimulation through noise and technology, distractions, social media, emails. And all of this takes us away from our natural connection to the flow. And so right here, right now, as you reach down and grab a hold of your feet for happy baby, opening up the legs, drawing the knees down outside the ribs, and maybe rocking side to side. Quieting that incessant mind. Noticing that when you're in the flow, when you're present, you're significantly more clear-minded. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. And then as you're ready, releasing your feet and sliding your legs out for Savasana. As you get comfortable, relax. There's a lot that we can't control. And by trying to control everything outside of us, we get out of that flow. But here's some things you can control. Your breath, your thoughts, what you focus on, and the extent to which you show up for yourself, and the extent that you show up for others. So bring awareness back to yourself right here, right now. Be present right now. Live in this moment right now. Tune into your own body. And find that personal state of now. Find your flow. The body exists in the moment of each cellular breath. Feeling your chest, your heart space, and your ribs open to receive more air as you inhale. Feeling your belly relax towards the spine as you exhale. Go in, go in, go in.